George Washington was born the third child of Augustine Washington, February 22, 1732, in Westmoreland County, Virginia. His great-grandfather was English and emigrated to Virginia in 1656. He played a crucial part in the beginning of the French and Indian War by leading an attack on the French outpost at Fort Le Boeuf and killing the commander, but was captured and forced to surrender in the French counterattack. He joined Edward Braddock's army in 1755 as a colonel. The British planned a three-pronged attack on the French, but they were ambushed and Braddock was mortally wounded. Washington escaped with 4 bullet holes in his cloak and had been shot off with 2 horses, but did not sustain any injuries. In August of 1755, he was made commander of all Virginia troops at age 23 and captured Fort Duquesne on a mission in 1758 and retired from the military and was elected to the Virginia House of Burgesses. He married a widow, Martha Dandridge, and acquired 6,000 acres of land as a dowry, and adopted 2 of her kids. From 1758 until the Revolution, he dedicated his time to raising his children and cultivating his land, often performing manual labor with the workers.
George Washington! There's a difference between you and me, Willie. I fought till I was actually free, Willie. I got my face on a quarter, you got drawn in quarter. Tortured on the orders of a king, really? How's a kid beef by a dude named Lawson? You hot dog didn't cut off your beef ring. I'm money like a national band. Ain't nobody more sweet than beat you. Stone face with a grill and sheep king. A Mel Gibson movie is your legacy. I gotta stay to the day of the DC. Roll up in a boat, stroll, sleep and cut your throat, stroll. I watch the blood flow. Now who's got that red coat?
He took a leadership role against the British in 1769 by calling Virginia to boycott British goods until the Townsend Acts were repealed. In 1775, he was selected as a delegate to the First Continental Congress. After the battles of Lexington and Concord had taken place, a Second Continental Congress convened in Philadelphia, and Washington was appointed Major General and Commander-in-Chief of the colonial forces against Great Britain. In 1783, he retired to his farm, attempting to fulfill his dream as a gentleman farmer. 4 years later, he was called to the Constitutional Convention and chosen unanimously as the president of the convention, where he worked to construct the Constitution. He was elected unanimously as president in 1789 and returned to accept the responsibilities. In office, his primary objective was compromise and ensuring the freedom of the American people. He retired in 1797, although he could have governed another term, feeling accomplished, and died 2 years later. During his life, Washington lived and valued the Franciscan virtues of integrity, humility, and brotherhood. He always fought courageously for the dignity of all men, and was committed to the ideals of liberty and justice for all. He was a natural leader, and remained uncorrupted by political parties or other temptations of power. He never sought fame or fortune, but accepted nearly every undertaking that was requested of him, and was always prepared to fight for his beliefs. He was also very humble. In office, he was aware his actions would set a precedent for those to follow, and attended all of his presidential duties careful not to emulate any actions of the British royalty. He initially declined the offered salary of $25,000 a year, since he was already wealthy, but later accepted it to avoid giving the impression that only wealthy men could serve as president. He viewed slavery as economically unsound and morally indefensible, but kept slaves to avoid disunity in the nation, and freed them when he died. He lived brotherhood through his integrity and humility. As president, he wanted to communicate that he was a citizen with the same rights as any other man. He had fought for them, and they had fought for him. By living these virtues as a selfless public servant, Washington improved the lives of so many people around him, and encourages us to do the same.